around changing locations and shit. Man, get into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way, I mean. Sacrificing time for this shit, man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago, they ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool, I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace, I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend, we should try again. You been on my mind, you should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl, you know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Work.
Henny the Moore reporting live from the liquor store, man. And when all three of us come together, man, it's Cowboys Uncut.
Goddess.
West Coast Cowboy in the middle, the Kanye West of this content stuff.
And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and landlord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo. We stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat that. And we ain't scared of running. So only one team over here is Cowboys. Believe it. Yeah, it's you got us a poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and Landlord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out, man. Don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC. Yeah, DC4L. All day, every day.
My dear Aunt Sally, we is at the P right now. We gotta go to free agency, then we gotta go to draft, then we can talk about training camp.
And Stephen Jones, who's also a multi-millionaire, moves and feels like a what? Like a dude that is got $15 in his bank account.
We finna come marching to Dallas with our picket signs, ticket torches, everything we can find.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, Henny the Moore, reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing? And hey, action, it really is your boy Henny, man. They have not cloned me. I have not been abducted. It's still the real deal, Holyfield, the original article, all that good stuff, man. It's the only Henny the Moore in the building, trying to get drunk with y'all on a Friday evening, man. So, hey, we got a lot to talk about, man. The winds of change have finally blown through Dallas. Most of the turnover is over. We now have ourselves a new offensive coordinator, man. And I won't even hold you. I like the signing. Like, I like this signing because of what it means, the trajectory of the team, and all the other good stuff. So we'll talk about it in full. You know, we'll talk about the announcement, who it is, a little bit about their background, a little bit about their ideology, and then we'll get out of here, man. I ain't going to keep y'all long. We ain't going to be here for a long time, but we will be here for a good time, man. News, the Dallas Cowboys have hired Klayton Adams to be their new offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. And listen, this is pretty much the sign and the omen that the Dallas Cowboys offensive philosophy is going to be more like 2016 than it was last year or pretty much these other years. There was a very pass-happy offense. We know West Coast style offense. We know that it's primarily putting the ball in the air. You know, intermediate, horizontal passes, slants, you know, dragons, you know, lion. We heard these concepts a lot because we read a lot of them, right? So we're moving forward to a more of a power-based run scheme. And we knew that Schottenheimer was going to be the play caller. But now we got somebody in here to actually help him. He said, did I get your Cash App? Let me check. received one yet. Matter of fact, I just did. Salute to my boy Justin Kitchen for the Cash App, man. Thank you for the love and support and helping keep the lights on. That goes a long way in helping your boy out. And if y'all want to be like Justin Kitchen and help your independent content creators out there, man, make sure you hit that Cash App. I'm still beefing with YouTube. They hate me. I hate them. It's a mutual feeling. But, we going to still be out here, doing what we do, putting this good, authentic content out there in the space. So if you want to support your boy, help keep the lights on the liquor store, man, the Cash App is $Henny the More. Thank y'all for everything, and Justin, you is a real one. I appreciate you, my brother. But yeah, man, he was an offensive line coach. So let me go ahead and put it on the board for y'all, man, so y'all can see who it is, what we talking about. We've discussed him before, because he's been in for an interview before. He had a virtual interview before this actual one. Today, he was in the building, and apparently they did not want him to leave. So they got the deal done. He became the offensive coordinator. So it's done now. Clayton Adams is the new offensive coordinator per insiders. It's official because that boy, Ian Rappaport reported it. So, hey, it is what it is. I see a Eagles fan in here, man. You done flew the wrong way. You supposed to be flying down to New Orleans, dog. You supposed to be flying to New Orleans to face the biggest op you ever had in Patrick Mahomes. Hey, shout out to Donald Holmes also for the Cash App, man. I appreciate you for the love and support. I seen it pop in there, man. Thank you. If y'all want to support, man, Cash App with $Henny the More. It goes a long way helping your boy out, man. Appreciate y'all in advance. Big Sarge, Miss Regina Green, James Simmons, Craig, what's up with you? I think it's a really good hire as well, man. So let's just go through the background of who this man is. This is his entire coaching history right here. So if you go back to 2019, which is not really that long, he has not been a coach at all for a very long period of time, but he's been a good coach since he's been in the National Football League. He was an assistant offensive line coach for the Indianapolis Colts in 2019. He held that position up until 2021 when he got pretty much a jump. He went from being an assistant line coach to a tight ends coach. And then he held that position up until 2023. That when he went over to the Arizona Cardinals and he put his fingerprints on the run game over there. And he said this is a huge high. I agree, man. Hey, shout out to my boy Numbhead Neil in the building, man. Hold on, I gotta read my guy comment because he always be saying something wild. So I gotta see what my boy done said. He said, "What up, Henny? Slapped up 49 YouTube executives for checking in, man." I appreciate that, man, because I ain't got no love for them right now. Now they also say they ain't got no love for you either, Henny. That's why your ass ain't getting no money off these videos no more. But that's neither here nor there. Hey, shout out to Landlord in the building too, man. This is my brother. Hey, make sure y'all hit his Cash App as well, Landlord723. He's still on the mend. He's still under the weather. So support my boy. He'll be back out here rocking shows with us sooner than later. But, let's help him out while he's down, man. He might be able to buy some orange juice or something with what you're seeing to him. Yeah, and as we get older as men, we got to make sure that we stay on top of our health, man. Health is wealth. That's the most important thing as we get older in age. We spend all our lives working hard to build up stuff, man. We want to be able to live long enough to enjoy the fruits of our labors, man. So for all my gentlemen out there, don't work yourself into the ground. Take some time off. Use that PTO. Go watch a movie with your kids. Just relax and rest up a little bit, man. That's to everybody out there. So, yeah, but really what got him in the door over here, back to what we were talking about, man, but shout out to my brother Landlord. His fingerprints being on that run game over there in Arizona, that is what got him on the radar of the Dallas Cowboys, and this has been one of the better offensive lines in the since he's been there. Now, the Cardinals are a shit team. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The Cardinals are not a good football team. They've had injuries. They've had inconsistent play at the quarterback position. Kyler Murray's been hurt. But he got the most out of that. He got the most out of that offensive line. When you look at that offensive line on paper, they're not that talented. You probably could not name a single guy over there for the Arizona Cardinals. You probably couldn't name anybody from that offensive line. They're not like the Eagles, who have Pro Bowlers and former first round picks and all pros. They're not like some of these other units. They're not the 2016 Cowboys. But despite that offensive line not having a shit ton of talent, they made the most out of it. Now, check this out. This is Bo Bragg. I believe he's like a Kansas City guy. Not a Kansas City. He is an Arizona Cardinal guy. This covers for that team, if I'm not mistaken. So, 2024, they allowed the fifth least amount of sacks, 30. The third fewest pressures allowed, right? 180 NFL average is 213. Oof. Cards O-line also the past 2 seasons, third in rushing yards, only behind Philly and Baltimore. Second in yards per carry, 5.2. And as he stated, it would be a big loss for the Arizona Cardinals if somebody was to give him an offer he could not refuse. You know. Oh, yeah, I do remember Perry Johnson. But he just got there, if I'm not mistaken. He ain't been there long. Was Perry Johnson this year's draft pick or the year before? No, it's the year before. I remember that because this year's draft pick. So, yeah, I do like Perry Johnson. I remember Perry Johnson coming out. I forgot that he went over there. So, maybe Perry Johnson. So, they got like one guy you can name out of 5. Right? So, points still stand, but I do like Perry Johnson. I'm glad that you reminded me he's over there. We might need a trade for his ass, too, when we're thinking about it. But point being, that offensive line played well above its ilk when he was over there coaching them up. And when you talk about scheme fitting the offensive coordinator, him being in tune with the head coach, Schottenheimer wants to run the ball, and his style of run fits exactly what he does. He said, how long did Murray hold the ball in comparison? I have to go look that up. I don't have that readily on hand. Also, because this is from 2 combined seasons, Kyler Murray missed a large portion of the 2023 season with an injury, so the numbers would sort of be skewed to a point to include only Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's time to throw. Because remember when we played them and we lost, the quarterback was what's the ball gentleman with alopecia? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Because he, but point being, it'd be a little skewed if we only looked at Kyler Murray stuff. But in his offensive scheme, he utilizes a lot of pulling guards, pulling tight ends, moving the point of attack to get guys leverage. And I really like that, man. Like, I know that we don't always have the most ferocious offensive linemen, but we do have athletes. When you talk about athleticism, I know that Tyler Guyton has struggled. Thank you. It was Dobbs. It was Dobbs, the quarterback, when he played us last year, right? So yeah, man. I know that we have not always liked what we've seen from Tyler Guyton, but one thing I cannot take away from him is his athleticism and his ability to move in space. Now, he doesn't always hit people when he gets to moving, but he can get up to the second level. He can be utilized as a puller. You know, he has to develop and, actually make contact to finish those blocks in space, right? But he had the athleticism to do that. When you talk about Austin Richards, another offensive lineman that we have, he is a guy with a basketball background. One of the things that we loved about him coming out of the draft was his athleticism, his feet, his agility, his ability to move within space. And that also goes with Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith is an athlete. He can move and get to the second level. We think about that with BB. So when you think about your offensive line and some of the strengths that they have, like, you can critique some of the fundamentals, but you cannot say that they are not athletic. When you talk about a scheme that relies on your offensive linemen being able to move, get to the second level, pull, pin and pull, do these different things, you have the people on your roster already for that. So that's some of the things that do excite me, right? That's some of the stuff that does excite me about that. What's up with your Todd Cowboys? I'm work, but listening in. Everyone enjoy the rest of your day. We appreciate you. Hey, and listen, Austin Richards played good at the left tackle when Guyton was out. Right, he played good at left tackle when Guyton was out. So this is my thing. Even if you want to move Tyler Guyton to right tackle and cut ties with Terrence Steele, I still wouldn't draft the left tackle. I would allow Austin Richards to go there. So now you got athletes all along your offensive line. You'll have Austin Richards playing beside Tyler Smith, who will be playing beside Cooper Beebe. And then on the other side, it'll probably be somebody like Brock Hoffman. And we know how nasty he is, right? His nasty streak. And then you have a super athlete like Tyler Guyton on the other side of him. So when you think about the ability to have an offensive line, all 5 starters be superior athletes, then put them within a scheme that is predicated on pullers. And you can pull anybody. You can pull the center. You can pull the guard. You can get the tight ends involved. Pull the tight end across from the formation and get them in motion to have them act as a puller or a lead blocker. Like, they have, like, this is a very interesting scheme that he runs. Now, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, man. Hey, Justin, I think he said he got it, man. Matter of fact, I think, hold that thought, bro. Because I think he said he got it in here. What's up with you, Mr. Deacon? Oh, he said, you tell everybody thanks for all the love and support. But landlord, make sure you check your cash out, man. Make sure you check your cash out. Our brother Justin Kitchen sent you a little something, man. It said 82 people, 32 likes. Let's go, folks. Push that like button. And listen, I know it might be the format. The format throws people off a little bit. But double tap the screen for the team. That's how you like it. Hit the share button. And, everything will work out. Laura, nope. We're not even going to play with that person. Matter of fact, because I don't know you be calling me dear. No, don't do that. Don't come in here being weird. Yeah, I don't think. Hey, shout out to Shanta for the Cash App. I appreciate you for the support. Let me see what they said. Big ups. That's real right there. I appreciate you for rocking out with me over here in the liquor store. Hey, shout out to Angelica Baker for the Cash App as well. I appreciate you for rocking with your boy. Oh, that's Angie. What's up, Angie? Thank you for tapping in. I appreciate you. Man, JJ out here tweaking. Hey, Angie, I did receive it, and I do appreciate you for looking out for your boy. It goes a long way. He said, yeah, hey, he got it. What's up, Dior? He is tired of always talking about your health issues like most creators are. This is why you are being blocked from other channels. I've been warning you. What happened? What's going on? What's going on? What y'all talking about? Oh, hey, Splendor Poppy, we got a new offensive coordinator. So if you're just now sliding in, I know there's like 80 some of y'all in here. I know all y'all was not in here to begin with. The Dallas Cowboys have signed their new offensive coordinator for the 2025 season. His name is Clayton Adams. Just a quick rundown to the stuff that we've been through. He's been coaching the National Football League since 2019. He spent 4 years with the Indianapolis Colts from 2019 to 2022. 2 years as an assistant offensive line coach, 2 years as a tight ends coach, and in the last 2 years, he's been the offensive line coach for one of the best run games in the National Football League with the Arizona Cardinals. Salute to James Simmons for the Cash App as well, man. I appreciate you for the support. Thank you in advance, man. This is definitely going to keep the lights on a little bit longer. We're going to keep being able to put out content. We're going to keep being able to talk about the Dallas Cowboys moves, everything else going on in space. So I do appreciate y'all. Because I tell you, man, they be hating us out, man. They don't, like, they damn near don't even give y'all notifications half the time when I go live. Matter of fact, when you put in HTM Sports, a different page comes up sometimes, man. It'll be a different page coming up when you type in HTM Sports, man. For much work we put in, dog, like, they really don't want to see us succeed, especially when you're on their naughty list, so to speak. So I appreciate y'all, man, because it's been a struggle. But you know, a little bit of hate and contention is not gonna stop us from striving in the space, man. So we appreciate you. Matter of fact, let's talk about those offensive rankings for that offensive line when it comes to the last two seasons, right? So let's go look at Arizona Cardinals in 2024 sacks allowed. Let's look at 2023 because we know they only gave up 30 this year. So 2024 they only gave up 30. So in 2023, let's go and take a look at that. Let's see, cause I'm trying to get a better picture of everything that they did well. All right, so that offensive line did produce a 1,000-yard rusher. James Conner in 16 games this year was able to average 4.6 yards a carry. Ran for 1,094 yards. Had 6 big runs, 8 rushing touchdowns. And a long of 53. Then you also had Trey Benson, who was able to break a 20-yard run. He also averaged 4.6 yards a carry. So this offensive line did pretty damn good. It did pretty good, man. One of the top rushing units in the National Football League last year. You see, you back listening in? So, Henny, with the hiring, you think we would run the ball more or would a Jones tail shot it to pass it more? The thing about Schottenheimer, he is a power run philosophy coordinator. Right? It's not quite, 2 yards in a cloud of dust football, but he is a power runner. He is a power runner. So they're gonna when you talk about Schottenheimer, you're gonna run the football. You'll utilize play action. You'll have Dak Prescott under center way more than he did these last couple of years. And when you think about Schottenheimer, it doesn't really matter who the running back is. He's going to run the football. When they were the number one rushing attack in 2018, beast mode was already gone. They used a committee of running backs and, of course, the legs of Russell Wilson. And of course, the legs of Russell Wilson to be able to go out there and get that yardage on the ground. Now, I'm not sure if he'll try to run Dak Prescott, but this probably means you're going to invest in a running back. Even if you bring Rico Dow back in, this running back draft class is entirely too valuable and filled with talent to skip on them too long. Like, I believe, as a matter of fact, I know it's deep, but I still would take a running back in one of the first 2 rounds. If you want to take a running back in round 1 and a wide receiver in round 2, I'm fine with that. If you want to take a wide receiver in round 1 and a running back in round 2, I'm fine with that. But this is a great running back draft class when you really think about it. Outside of just Gentry. He said we run it more if Gentry lands to us. And I mean, odds of Gentry going before we pick is not very high when you think about what everybody else needs. You got to believe the 2 quarterbacks will be off the board. You got to believe the best offensive lineman will come off the board. You got to believe that Tet and probably Travis Hunter would be off the board. So there's a good chance that he falls to the Dallas Cowboys because a lot of these teams already have running backs. What's up, Tariq? He said, what's up, Henny? If they don't value free agency, this team is going to be cheeks again. I have no faith in them until I see them change their ways. The Joneses, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. They shooting shots our way over there on LB channel. I mean, that's what you get for going over there with them hating ass niggas. I mean, and this the thing. And this the thing, man. They in the Super Bowl and they still on the Dallas Cowboys dick. That's what you got to remember about them Eagles fans, man. They got that little sister complex. They want to be like their big brother so bad. They can't even properly enjoy, their trip to the Super Bowl. Last time they went to the Super Bowl, they out here booing Dak Prescott as he receives the Walter Payton Man of the Year award. Right, one of the highest honors in football. You booing this man. right? You up here finna play the Washington Commanders, and y'all break out in a Dallas suck chant, motherfucker. We're not even in the damn playoffs. You thinking about us now? You know you got them over there sending shots or doing whatever as they prepare for another Super Bowl, and they got the Dallas Cowboys dick on their breath. So yeah, man, it's a one-sided beef, man. It's weird. I don't understand them folks. Yeah, Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter is an exceptional pass rusher, and I won't lie to you. If he falls to Dallas, I know what I said about wanting a wide receiver, but Abdul Carter's so hard, man. I might, sleep good at night if we went ahead and got him. I won't hold you. I know we got all these other needs. We don't really need an edge rusher, but he's better than most everybody else in the draft. There's very few players I would put over Abdul Carter in this year's draft class. He's a game wrecker. He showed up and got sacks in big games. So pairing him with Michael Parsons will almost be a cheat code. It will almost be a cheat code at that point. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the thought process of getting him. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I want a wide receiver? Yes. Do I want a running back? Yes. But he's too good of a pass rusher to not bring in. Now, the only thing that concerns me about bringing in somebody like Abdul Carter would be if the Dallas Cowboys start playing games with Michael Parsons' contract, because they got Abdul Carter and they used him as a bargaining chip in those negotiations. I would hate that. Now, Liz, I keep seeing folks talk about Tyler Warren. If Tyler Warren is like that, if Tyler Warren is a different level of tight end, if he's like Brock Bowers, or if he's like one of these other tight ends that are day one all pro caliber guys, I understand it. If he's on par with Jake Ferguson, then I don't want him that high. Only way I want Tyler Warren is if he's of a different species of tight end. You got the regular tight ends that usually don't pan out right or live up to those draft spots, and then you have the unicorns like Brock Bowers. Henny, what if Mason Graham is there? Graham or Gentry? I'm taking Gentry. The reason I'm taking Gentry is because especially since we know the Dallas Cowboys probably are not going to do too much in free agency, I need all my draft picks to be instant success. I need all my draft picks to be instant success for me. So if I have somebody of that ilk, I need to get Gentry, because we already got Mozzie Smith who's not playing well, and that's a position that takes time. Y'all give me 2 seconds so I can see what my wife needs from me. Give me 2 seconds. All right, y'all. I had to see what the missus wanted. So he said we need an OC and head coach as a Saints fan. So, hey, man, I'm sorry to hear that. We got everything we need now. And listen, man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I've really liked a lot of the signings the Dallas Cowboys have made to fill out this coaching staff. I'm not mad at them. Like, I think Matt Eberflus is a very good hire for the Dallas Cowboys defensive coordinator. I believe, that Clayton Adams and what he's done, previously gives me hope that he can bring that run scheme to Dallas. Right? Brian Schottenheimer, he's been around the game a very long time. I'm not sure how I feel, about him being the play caller, because that's the way that they're going with it. But I think that he's passionate. He's a second generation coach. He's been around the game a very long time. He's been a scout. He does believe in running the football. He does believe in motion. So we'll see how that pans out. But I like a lot of the moves the Dallas Cowboys have made to fill out this coaching staff. Now, I'm not saying year one they're going to win the Super Bowl. That should not be the standard for your first year as a coach. Getting back to the playoffs will suffice, but building on that from there is fine. But I like a lot of the moves. Now, does that mean that we're going to be a good team next year? It's going to depend on the draft. It's going to depend on free agency. It's going to depend on if this team stays healthy. You're fine, Jameson. Don't worry about it. You're fine here, Jameson. I rock with you. You're good people. You're good. Don't worry about it. What's up with you, Dak Owns 50? I see you out here rocking with me, man. Thank you for tapping in and showing love. I see you. Salute to you. Glad to have you in here. Yeah, I think a lot of folks are liking the move so far, man. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. If we had hired Kellen Moore, I think the morale would have been lower. If we had hired Ken Dorsey over Clayton Adams, I believe that the morale would have been lower. But I think we've done a great job, man. I think we've done a great job of filling out this coaching staff and putting people together. Now, like I said, they're talking about using free agency. I got to see it. I see a lot better than I hear, as the old folks used to say. So I hear you talking that good game. I hear you telling me that the Dallas Cowboys will use free agency and be more proactive in how they build this roster. But I ain't seen it yet, so I ain't going to say that you are. He said, Henny, would you keep Kendricks 100%? Because at this point in time, if you let Kendricks walk, you'll be down 2 linebackers. You will not have Overshown to start the year. You might not have him to the end of the year. And if Eric Kendricks walk, that's another position that you have to fill. If Kendricks is healthy, then I would definitely take him. I'll bring him back. He can continue to help Louis Fowl develop as a linebacker. Maybe be able to bring in one more veteran free agent linebacker to hold the fort down. So it is what it is, man. I like the moves we made in filling the coaching staff. I do too. I don't know why you feel that way, but okay. It's still all love on my end, but it's all good. It said Dak on 50. Oh yeah, listen, man. I think we'll be fine next year, man. I really need to see. He said I want Najee Harris. Okay. He said I want Najee Harris in free agency. Man, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't really know how I feel about that, honestly. Because niggas that didn't like Zeke probably won't like Najee. Najee ain't really an explosive. He said, I'm not drinking the glory juice yet. Not just yet. I got some stuff that I got to do today. But this the thing. Like, Najee Harris is not going to have a bunch of explosive runs. He's not going to have a high yards per carry. Like, if y'all didn't like Ezekiel Elliott in 2021 or in 2022, you're not going to like Najee Harris because they're similar running backs. Not a lot of explosiveness, in between the tackles runner, power runner, tough, gritty yards. You're not going, if you didn't like Zeke and you wanted Tony Pollard to be the primary back when Zeke was here. They were the 1-2 punch. You're not gonna like Najee Harris because they're similar. They're similar running backs. I said Aaron Jones. And listen, there's some decent free agent running backs, you know. But that's sort of the issue with that too. You might be able to double dip. You could get a veteran running back like an Aaron Jones. Nick Chubb is also a free agent if you want to take a risk on him. Been one of the more dominant running backs in the league before his injury, right? So you could say a Nick Chubb, right? If you think that he's fully healed from his injury, you can say Aaron Jones, who has gone crazy against the Dallas Cowboys every damn time that we played him, right? And you compare them with another young running back. I mean, Dallas Cowboys need everything. You can name damn near every position the Dallas Cowboys needed. Let's go through the list. You need a corner because Trayvon Diggs' injury, right? You don't know how healthy he'll be. You're going to need linebacker because you don't know how long Overshown will be out. Even if Eric Kendrick resigns, we run a 4-3, you're going to need another linebacker. You need help at defensive tackle, right, at 1 tech for depth. If you don't retain Osa, you're going to need a 3 tech. Exactly. Do both. And that's the beautiful thing about it, bro. We do not have to rest on our morals just because we sign free agents. You sign a free agent and you feel like the guy you're drafting is BPA, go for it. If you sign Nick Chubb and then Gentry fall to you, you can have the best backfield in the National Football League. You can have the best backfield in the National Football League. Said Diggs been hurt the last 2 years now. We ain't gonna act like he ain't been. Big Sar, J.K. Dobbins. Yeah, I think J.K. had a very good year this year. Now, the thing that scares me are guys that are usually injured. Once they have a year where they're not hurt, you don't know is that the new norm or if that's an anomaly, right? Because he's been hurt a whole lot. But on 195 carries, he ran for 905 yards and 9 touchdowns, averaged almost 4.7 yards a carry at 4.6. And hey, that's a beautiful thing. We were talking about double dipping. You could bring back Amari Cooper and still draft Egbuka, or you could bring in Stephon Diggs and still draft Luther Burden or Ted McMillan if they were to fall. Right? You can double up. What's up with you, Michael? Long time no see, bro. I ain't seen you in a minute. He said, I take a chance on Xavier Howard. Xavier Howard, nasty, despicable ass, need to stay away from the Dallas Cowboys. This man sent revenge porn to a child. Fuck that nigga. Like he sent revenge porn to a child. I ain't rocking with him. I don't care how good he used to be. He's been a bum these last couple of years, and then he did that weirdo shit. I don't want him anywhere near the Dallas Cowboys, man. Said, Henny, do you think they would actually draft a wide receiver since they got Flamingo? They better. There's not a wide receiver on this team that's preventing me from drafting somebody. Yeah, bro. A lady he used to deal with, he had a video of them doing the nasty, and he sent that to her son. He is a weirdo. That's why that man was going through no lawsuits and everything. He's weird. I don't want that nigga around me. Xavier Howard. Yeah, I don't want that kind of energy around the Dallas Cowboys, man. He said, Jerry Jones on the coach decision, you agree? I haven't heard what he said about Xavier Howard did that weird stuff. Google it. Yeah, Google it. He sent revenge porn to a woman's child that he used to deal with. He said, Deck. I don't even know that nigga. Deck is a choke artist. We need a new owner. Yeah, that's a lie. So hey, I'm finna show y'all something. Y'all saying that Dak Prescott is a playoff choke artist. This is Dak Prescott's playoff QBR, right? Which factors in everything: turnovers, touchdowns, completion percentage, yada yada yada. Right? That is his playoff QBR compared to Joe Burrow's. In Joe Burrow's 4 playoff wins, he has 5 playoff wins. I'm sorry. He has a QBR of 77.9, a QBR of 68.2, a QBR of 60.8, a QBR of 33.4, and a QBR of 31.7. Dak Prescott has lost playoff games with a QBR of 84.4 and a QBR of 73.6. So listen, anything over 50 is good for QBR. Dak Prescott was astounding in 4 playoff games and above average in the 5th one, and he only has 2 playoff wins to show for it. Only got 2. We would not dream of winning a game where Dak Prescott posted a QBR of 31.7 or 33.4. Dak Prescott posting QBRs of 80 and losing, QBRs of 73 and losing. But Dak Prescott himself was a choke artist. We got to stop that. We got to stop that stuff. Xavier Howard did that weird stuff. So I had to throw that out there. I had that sitting in the chamber for folks that were talking about playoff performances. Dak Prescott has played by the numbers better than Joe Burrow in the playoffs, but Joe Burrow is 5-2 and he's 2-5 because it's a team game. In the game where Joe Burrow did not score a touchdown and had a turnover, he was able to win that game because his defense held the Tennessee Titans to 16 points and they forced 4 turnovers. They forced a fumble and they got 3 picks off of Ryan Tannehill. Okay, you're fine. He's fine. He's fine. I'm gonna tone it down since you asked politely. I got you. So you're listening, but you're getting your nails done. Oh, Gucci. He said, Marion Hampton runs like Eric Dickerson. Oh, yeah, indeed, man. Indeed. $40. So, yeah, man. I don't want y'all to ever believe that a quarterback is defined by playoff wins. When we all know that Warren Moon retired with only 3, never made it to a championship game, never made it to a Super Bowl. Nobody believes that Nick Foles is a better quarterback than Warren Moon. Nobody believes that what's the boy Trent Dilfer is better than Dan Marino. Like, postseason success is specifically a team-oriented stat to look at. If you have a good team, you win playoff games, and that's the end of it. There's nothing more to say to that. It said, did I expect Brian? No. Oh man, I gotta go track down. This man playoff numbers. Since you asked for it, Justin Herbert playoff stats. All right, so passing wise, these are Justin Herbert's passing stats in the playoffs. He's only completed 52% of his passes. Averages about 6.9 yards an attempt. Averages 257 yards a game. He's thrown 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, while also taking 7 sacks. All right, so let me see his rushing stats. Career postseason rushing stats. And on the ground, he's only ran for 12 yards. No touchdowns. I don't think he fumbled either, though. So yeah, Justin Herbert's numbers are horrible in the postseason. Yeah, Brad Johnson. Nobody says Brad Johnson. Nobody even thinks Brad Johnson is a better quarterback than Tony Romo. You know what I mean? They don't think that he's a better quarterback than Phillip Rivers. They don't think he's a better quarterback than all these other guys. Because at the end of the day, winning in the postseason is a team accomplishment. We've seen spectacular playoff performances come up small because that person was on a bad team. Right? Y'all watch basketball. Y'all seen Jimmy Butler ball until exhaustion, drop like 50 points in the finals. And they only won like a game. I think they got gentleman sweep at the finals with Jimmy Butler dropping 50. Right? It takes a team effort to win games in any sport, especially in football, where guys only play one side of the ball. And then there's three aspects of it: there's special teams, offense, and defense. You can lose a playoff game because your kicker missed the extra point, or your kicker missed a chip shot field goal after you done drove them down the field. LC, put money where your mouth is. Bet me money the Dallas Cowboys will take 5 years to make the playoffs. Bet me money the Dallas Cowboys will take 5 years to make the playoffs. And then you got to be a lot of money. Put your money up, because y'all be out here saying the most egregious stuff. I ain't going to stand on it. Put your money where your mouth is, man. If you believe the Dallas Cowboys ain't going to make the playoffs in 5 years. It's going to take 5 years for them to make it back to the playoffs. Put some money on it. How do you feel about drafting Savion Williams in the second round? I hear a lot of people hype him. I haven't went and looked at him, so I don't know how I feel about that. He's not somebody I'm really interested in right now from a personal standpoint. I know people love measurements, but I'm gonna take a look at the film. If he creates separation, if he catches the ball with his hands, has some nuance with his route running, I'll talk about him. But how do you feel about drafting Savion Williams in the second round? I don't know. Bro, Tom Brady had LC 97. The Dallas Cowboys can create $100 million in cap space very simply. Talk about the Dallas Cowboys have no cap space. The Dallas Cowboys have built-in restructure levers within Dak Prescott's and CeeDee Lamb's contracts. They can create over $100 million in cap space by restructuring them. If they wanted to, they could also cut Terrence Steele and save over $10 million. So I'm not sure why people believe the Dallas Cowboys in cap hell. You don't know what you're talking about, and that's okay. But when you make assumptions and you speak without fully understanding what you're talking about, you look sort of stupid. But it's okay. And I see that you sidestepped my offer for putting some money up. You said it's crazy statement. You have no cap. It's crazy. It's cap because you didn't want to put no money on it. I want to know where your money at before we continue this line of questioning. Or are you going to bet me that it's going to take 5 years or not? Those are your words. You put the time frame of 5 years for the Dallas Cowboys to make it back to the playoffs. I want to know, do you really feel that in your hearts of hearts, or are you just typing stuff? I want to know. You said Tez Johnson is looking unguardable out there. I like him. They don't have a choice, LC97. It's not about do they want to restructure. It's built into the contract. What people and listen, I'm gonna use this as educational moment because a lot of people feel like a restructure is a pay cut. A restructure is not a pay cut. A restructure is exactly what it says. A restructure is moving money around. The player is gonna make the same amount of money that they made before. It's just gonna be different with the way they reports to the NFL and does different than how it's viewed on the cap. So just like when Dak Prescott signed his contract extension, right? Dak Prescott freed up $20 million when he signed his extension because the Dallas Cowboys turned part of his salary into a signing bonus. The signing bonuses do not go against the actual cap for that year. So by turning part of his actual salary into a signing bonus, they cleared $20 million, right? Same thing with a restructure. A restructure is going to move money that is owed into signing bonuses and put that towards the back end of the contract. So, and as most of y'all know now that I said it, they don't actually need the player's permission to do so because it's usually built into the contract. So they don't have to say yes or anything. Dallas Cowboys just have to decide if they're going to do it or not. So, I just want to use that as an educational moment right there. It's built into the contract. So you don't have to ask permission or nothing. Players still going to get the same money that they signed for. It's not a pay cut or anything else like that. You're just moving money around. So you have some free space you can use in 2026. Instead of waiting to 2026 to get it, you're going to convert some money over, and you'll be able to use it in 2025 instead. So on and so forth. Remember, that's why Dak Prescott, despite supposedly making $40 million a year as a quarterback, when he signed his first extension, his cap hit was $17 million the first year. The year after that, it was $20 million. Right? Dak Prescott did not make $40 million or over until the final year of that contract. So I just wanted to throw that out there because we kept restructuring this deal. So yeah, I just wanted, like I said, I'm not talking crazy, y'all, or anything. Like some people really don't know, so I wanted to let y'all know that. We'll miss you too, bro. Don't worry about it. We're gonna still be here when you get back, and that's if you want to take a break. You're more than welcome here anytime, man. We ain't tripping. I ain't tripping. But hey, this has been a good show though. It's been 52 minutes of some unadulterated, good Dallas Cowboys content. No filters, no breaks. So yeah, man. I'm going to rock out with y'all. Y'all tap in with me. Next time some more news breaks, I will be live to report it to y'all, let you know my feelings. But I do like it. I do like Klayton Adams becoming the offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm really looking forward to seeing how Schottenheimer and him marry their schemes and see the dividends that it pays in the future for the Dallas Cowboys, man. But on the way out, please continue to hit that like button. Please continue to hit that share button. Please continue to hit that Cash App to help support your boy because they be hating on me. And, man, in the words of West Coast Cowboy, never look down because the star is up. Peace, y'all. And, hey, that bet is still open, dog. Are you trying to bet like 50, 100? Hell, you said 5 years. I got 5 chances. We could bet 1,000. The odds in my favor at that point. But I'm going to holler at y'all, though, man. I'm out.
Thinking about changing locations and shit. Man, into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way, I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago. They ain't understand. Riding by myself in this coupe. I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace. I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend. We should try again. You been on my mind. You should hop in. I ain't gonna hurt you, baby girl. You know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I get the